Hey guys, what's going on? Like and subscribe or else your grandma will fall off a cliff. I don't know where she's gonna find the cliff, but that's how it's gonna happen. Anyway, I'm sure you clicked on this video because you're like, oh wow, how did this lady throw her dog off the freeway? Well, let me start off with the beginning of my day. Alright, so I wake up, alright, it's like a normal day at school. I hop in my bus, and it's just a normal day, right? I go onto the bus, my friend is high as hell, okay? He's as high as a kite, alright? Him and Wiz Khalifa are probably best friends. Alright, he's probably talking to Jesus at this point. Anyway, so, we hang out on the bus for about 20 minutes because that's how long it takes to go to school. We finally get to the school, and the breakfast looked horrible, okay? It looked like the school food was actually breathing, alright? It was like mashed potatoes and gravy. And I think they also gave you, like, pork rinds, alright? I don't know what kind of breakfast that is, but listen, it's not very good. Especially if you don't want your food to look like that blob from that one Monster TV show. Anyway, so we kind of like, okay, we're going to skip breakfast, and we just kind of hang out in the hallway. We're talking to our friends, because this is right before school starts, alright? We got 30 minutes to burn. We're just hanging out, just like, yeah, man, yeah, the new COD's kind of cool. And we're all nerds, okay? We're talking about Call of Duty and how cool it is, and how we're going to run SND tomorrow, and what we're going to do, and how my friend got super wasted last night. Just basic, normal stuff, okay? So eventually we go to our first period, and I'm looking at my one friend, because I have my best friend. Let's call him Frank. Me and Frank, we're just kind of hanging out in our class. It's a Spanish class, all right? Nothing going on. Nothing. All right? I'm talking about the teacher's looking at us. We're looking at them. They're like, do your work. We're like, what work do we have? She's like, well, you have to do this assignment, this assignment, this assignment, this assignment. And I was like, okay, well, I have a B in this class because your grades are, and the way you grade stuff is horrible, okay? All you had to do is guess on the test and, like, do the redo, and you could get, like, a B, like, throughout the whole entire class. Because the grades were weighted, like, 90% for the test and 10% for everything else. Anyway, so we get done with that class, and we're like, you know what? I'm kind of hungry, right? I didn't eat breakfast because it looked absolutely horrendous. Let's go to McDonald's. He was like, okay, yeah, let's go to McDonald's. So we walk out of school. We have to, like, sneak through, like, this one room. We have to go through, like, this welding garage-looking classroom. We go through there, go to McDonald's. We're walking, and when we're walking, and as soon as we get past the school boundary, a homeless guy starts following us. And I'm like, okay, I wonder if he just decided to turn around, or what's going on. Is he actually following us, or am I paranoid? What's going on? And my friend, he is still, let's say, under the influence, alright? He's not 100% sure on what's going on. He's like, I think he's following us, man. I think he's following us. I'm like, dog, be quiet, alright? Even if he is following us, what is he going to do? Ask for a couple dollars, alright? It's okay. Maybe we could buy him a Big Mac or whatever. So eventually, he's like, hey! Hey! I'm like, yeah, what's good? He's like, you guys got a cig or any za? I'm like, nah, man, I don't have any za. I don't even do that, alright? I'm clean, sober, I'm a good boy, okay? Anyway, I don't know why I say it like that. But I tell him, nah, man, I don't have anything. Do you want a cheeseburger? No, I'm just gonna go find some crack. Alright, Mr. Crackhead, go ahead, enjoy yourself, alright? You kind of remind me of Frank Gallagher. He honestly did look almost exactly like Frank Gallagher. But it is what it is. We finally go inside the McDonald's place, and, it's a little bit weird because we get, like, 4 McDoubles because there's, like, a McDonald's app. And guess what we see coming out of the place, the McDonald's place? They don't have very many more of these, but some of them do. We see 2 homeless people holding hands walking into it once we first show up, and they're holding hands walking out of the place. What do I think they did? I think they're doing some hobo loving, okay? Some hobo chili making. Alright, I think they're making some sinful things in that place. And that's why I'm never going to let my kids inside one of those, because that is absolutely gross and honestly just super disgusting. So, eventually we get done eating. We were like, okay, hey, we should go back to class. He's like, okay, I guess. I don't really want to get in trouble for being tardy, but alright. So, we walk, and we're about to open up this door, and we're like, oh, well, we can't go through the welding room because that teacher is going to get mad at us. Because he doesn't care if you walk out, but he always makes sure to see if you're going to come back kind of fast. If you don't, it's like, oh, you get in trouble. So I'm like, okay, how do we go through this one way? All right, the teacher likes me, that usually does that, and they'll just let me in. So I open up the door, and it's a different teacher. And they're like, why are you late? I'm like, what are you talking about? No. I don't have a class last period, so I just wanted to go get food. They're like, you do have a class. You literally have the classroom right next to mine. It's like, oh, well, I'm sorry. It won't happen again. All right, there's no excuse for what I did. I'm sorry. They're like, okay, just don't do it again. And for you, why are you with him? Don't follow him. He's a bad influence. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm a bad influence. Great, because this kid showed up on the bus, and he was faded as a hoe, all right? And I showed up, and I was fine as hell, all right? Perfectly sober, right? The only thing inside my stomach and my body was my brain, my neurons, and some water, okay? Anyway, so I'm like, hey, I gotta go take a piss real quick. I gotta go squeeze the lemon. He's like, oh, same. So we walk into the bathroom. Guess what we see during passing period? All right, there's this one kid. He's non-special ed, but he used to be. All right, he's not mentally there all the way. He's kind of immature mentally, I guess. He's really bad anger issues. He is drinking something. I'm not going to disclose what he was drinking, but let's just say it was definitely not holy water or regular water, but it definitely looked like it. All right, and he's just sitting there on the toilet just kind of chilling. I'm like, what's good, dog? He's like, not much. I'm like, I'm just going to grab some toilet paper real quick. I got to blow my nose. So I blow my nose. We're like, okay, whatever. So I start to walk back, and I walk into my classroom. My friend had a different class. I think I called him Frank. Me and Frank had different classes. And I forgot to mention he was doing some other stuff in that bathroom. Not even that bad of stuff. He was just vandalizing it, all right? He was grabbing paper towels. Frank was, like, putting water all over him and throwing it up into the ceiling and getting him stuck. Why did he do that? I don't know. Just a degenerate, I guess. And so, eventually we get out of school, and me, Frank, and the kid that was drinking the holy water he's gonna drop me off. So, Frank is driving. The kid that was drinking the holy water is in the passenger seat, and I'm in the back seat. And this is when the story starts to get a little bit more interesting. All right. So there's a skate park, or sorry, not a skate park, but just a regular park, and then there's like a couple street obstacles. All right. There's like a ledge, and then there's a flat bar, not an actual skate park. And right over there, there's a bunch of teenagers that always go there and do drugs, all right? So there's intoxicated kids, and then there's a gas station. This gas station is very important because it's the only gas station in our area, or anywhere that I've ever known of, that sells singular slices of cheese, all right? And these slices of cheese have a very significant role in this story. So these kids would get intoxicated, okay? And then they would go to the gas station, grab some slices of cheese, and then there's this bridge, all right? This bridge goes over the freeway, all right? And so these people start throwing slices of cheese over the little rail, because the rail is not that high, okay? It's like maybe 5.5 feet tall, so you can lean over if you're decently tall pretty easily. So they're throwing slices of cheese at oncoming cars, which is a felony if you didn't know that. Anyway, they could get hit with that double trouble, not indecent exposure, I don't know why the hell I said that, but intoxication, public intoxication underage, and a felony of throwing obstructions onto the freeway. Anyway, this is where the story really starts to get interesting, because that same bridge, well, we have to take that bridge to drop me off. So we're going over that bridge. We're at the very beginning. We're about to be on top of the bridge. Not in a weird way, but we're about to be, driving over it. And all of a sudden, I see this lady with a dog. And she's an older lady, okay? And she's leaning over the freeway. And guess what happens? My friend that was drinking the holy water is like, hey, guess what? 10 points. And my friend's like, what? 10 points for what? Because it's like a 20 miles per hour. So we're going pretty slow. And it's a longer bridge. And he's like, 10 points if you honk your horn at her. He's like, oh, okay. Is that it? He's like, yeah, do it. I'm like, don't honk your... Me. Oh, my God. I look at the lady. She looks at us. Her dog freaks out, jumps out of her arms, jumps off her because he got scared because it's just a random beep. And my friend has a big truck, okay? It's one of those ones that have the souped up horns. So it's not just like a normal like Honda Odyssey or something where it goes like beep, beep, beep. That is loud as hell, okay? He presses it. Oh my God, you can hear it from a while, like from a where. I don't even know how the hell to say that, but you can hear it from a far ways away. All right, the dog jumps out of her hand. It falls. Okay, we see the dog fall onto the street, and this is like probably a 25-foot drop onto the freeway. And she's a smaller dog. All right, it's like kind of a mutt chihuahua type thing. And I'm like, drive. And so that's what my friend said. Sorry, not me. And I'm like, dog, pull over. What are you doing? Your dog just jumped off the free. It's like, no, I'm not risking it. This lady hops into her car, starts speeding after us, all right? And I'm like, oh, my God. And this lady's, why am I always getting to these weird situations, all right? I'm like the most mundane person, all right? I play video games, and I do this, okay? This is pretty much all I do with my life, and I like to go to the gym. So it's like, what the hell? All right. I look and I'm like, hey, take a left. Take a left, take a left. He's like, okay, wait, why am I taking a left? I'm like, no, go into like the hood. Because we have like this hood area that's like, I don't know, like a 3-minute drive away from this like bridge. So I'm like, go down there. So he starts going, like, just start following it, okay? Just drive, take random turns. He starts taking random turns. And this lady was like on our ass. She's finally like starting to get off it a little bit because we're going pretty fast. So we're going like really fast. Eventually, I'm like, okay, take this left, take this right, take this left. We get out. I'm like, take a right. And then he goes to like this mall parking lot. And then he drives back to like the main road to where we were going before. He drives over the bridge one more time. And I'm like, come on, can we get out and at least look? He's like, no, I don't want to see that. The dog's probably dead. I'm like, listen, man, maybe the dog isn't dead. I don't want to see that. I'm like, come on, can we at least see it? I want to make sure that maybe there's a chance, have a little bit of closure to, like, my best friend. He's like, what are you telling my best friend? I'm like, me and that dog were really good friends. He's like, really? Wait, what? Because my friend's, like, super intoxicated. He's like, wait, really? I'm like, no, okay? Just drive and drop me off, okay? I don't want to be in the car with you guys anymore. So he drops me off, and I'm like, all right, thank you. See you guys later. Hope we don't get in trouble for that dog. Anyway, that's the whole entire story. I know. Very interesting. Like and subscribe. And also, thank you for watching to the end. Like and subscribe or else your grandma will fall off the same exact cucumber. I don't know how she's going to find a cucumber tall enough to fall off. But you know it's going to be like Mario Kart and bananas.
Yeah. My dad used to say, whatever is whatever. Never may be never. But it's ever.